One of the hardest parts about making wine is waiting for it to come of age. Hi, I'm Charles, and welcome to DIY Fermentation, your site for doing fermentation on a shoestring budget. If you like what you see here, please click on the subscribe button, and I will try and do one of these every week. How long should you wait before you can open up one of these and pour it into one of these? We're going to talk about that for a quick minute, because a lot of it is open to interpretation, and based on some of the research that I've seen online, there's kind of a general consensus. There's no hard, fast rule in terms of how long you should wait, but a couple of things that I've learned so far, based on personal experience and my limited personal experience. One, the longer you wait, the better your wine will be. Probably heard that one before. There's some truisms to it. When I first started out making apple wine, Welch's grape jute wine, stuff like that, after about 3 weeks, that wine was basically just a memory. But one of the things that I learned rather quickly was that at the bottom of my wine glass, after each glass, there's a very thick coating of yeast. And after a while, you're going to get a little tired of looking at that yeast. If you're drinking for effect, then okay, I get it. If you're looking for a nice glass of wine, you're going to have to wait for it. So how long do you have to wait? Well, if you just want something that's quick and easy, jailhouse wine as they call it once before, there you go. If you're looking for a glass of wine that you can give out as gifts and something that you can sit back and savor, you're going to have to wait for it. So I'll lay out a few guidelines. And these are not set in stone. This is just what I've seen so far. You've just made your wine, you've racked it, you're now in the secondary fermentation, and you want to see how your wine is going. Generally, you should wait at least a month before you decide you can taste your wine. See what kind of direction your wine is going into. After about 2 to 3 months, if you're in a hurry, you can actually start drinking your wine. Okay, it's not going to be as good as it can be, but it will be, in most cases, good enough. If you give your wine up to 6 months to a year, now we're talking about wine that you can actually say, this is a nice glass of wine. So what are some of the clues that let you know that your wine is getting to an appropriate stage? Well, a couple of things. One, after you've racked it a couple of times, if your wine is starting to look clear, there's no sediment at the bottom. And two, if you've got a gravity reading of 0.998, then you know the fermentation is stopped, and you can at that point go ahead and bottle your wine and let it sit in the bottle for the appropriate amount of time. Now, how long could that possibly be? Well, again, 1 month, you can taste it. 2 to 3 months, you're almost there. 6 months is what seems to be about the average length of time that most people will wait before they start drinking their wine. By then, the wine is clear, it's settled down, it's got some character, it's got some flavor, basically starting to taste good. So just go ahead and give it 6 months. It's not something you can rush. If you really want to get into it quickly, then again, there's nothing stopping you from drinking it after 2 or 3 weeks. It's already there for you. Now, in some of the other readings that I've seen, it seems like fruit wines, those wines made from natural fruit, can sometimes take a little bit longer than your average 6-month period. They're saying that, for instance, this cherry wine, you should give that at least a year, maybe 2. Same thing with the apple wine. You should give that at least 1 to 2 years before that's ready to go. In this particular case, I don't think that's going to apply to me, because this is store-bought apple wine, Mott's or whatever happens to be on sale. So that I'm going to treat a little bit differently. This 3 months, 6 months max, these things will be, I won't say they're bottled. I'm probably going to say they're a memory. These jars are going to be used for something else. But again, this lemon wine, give that 6 months. This orange wine, 6 months. Welch's grape juice, 2 to 3 months. This pineapple wine, probably 6 months. This cherry wine, there's another one they're saying you should have at least a year. That's a long time to wait. A year is a long time to wait. So waiting a year, hopefully, yeah, I can wait that 1 year and I'll be good. If not, then more than likely, since all of these, well, most of these are first time efforts, I'll probably go on the short side of the waiting period just so I can get a good idea as to whether or not which one of these are going to be winners and which one of these are going to be losers. If I don't know by the end of 6 months which ones are going to be good, then waiting a year to find out, don't know about that. It's fine if I could, but I don't know about that. Some of these I know are going to be clear winners. This lemon wine is a clear winner. The apple wines, well, that's a staple. I mean, I shouldn't be making that all the time. The Welch's grape juice wine, again, it falls under apple wine. It's if I want a wine that I can drink relatively soon, that's pretty much where I stand there. But the ones that they suggest you should take a year or two, again, 6 months for this batch. If things look good, then I'll start looking at a 1 year time frame for wines that I'm going to give out as gifts. One other thing you need to take into consideration if you're planning on making a fair amount of wine. I've got roughly 11 gallons worth of juice here. That means that at some point I'm going to need a bottle and I'm going to need to cork all of this wine, which means that I'm going to need a fair amount of wine. This much wine, I'm going to need about 50 of these. So just be mindful of that if you're planning on making wine on a low-level industrial scale. Now, bottling and corking, that'll be a topic of another video at some other date. See you then.